y'all, it's your boy Big Steve back at it again, and today I'll be talking to you guys about Diablo 4 and my Necromancer build. I went from blood to bone. I'm going to tell you guys what that was like. So let's dive in. Now, for starters, when I was blood spec, I had about 7,500 health. As bone, you're pretty well like a glass cannon. Right now I'm close to 6,100. Overall, I was playing a Blood Surge build. I think the Blood Surge build is more fun. I was trying to push the Blood Surge build as high as I could. I got to about tier 44 and I said, okay, everybody's saying how good bone is, and I've seen the videos. I know bone hit hard. So I did a quick switch, and just from a quick switch, I was able to clear tier 56 right off the hop. Now, you do have to play the runaway game and runaway shoot, but I got through it. I did clear a tier 60 as of right now with my current gear and setup. But as I said, bone is like a glass cannon. If you get hit, sometimes you can be one shot. If not, you're definitely getting two shot. So certain dungeons, when those high mob density spawn in certain areas, it can be quite intense. Now, the thing I liked about Blood is you could have a lot of fortify. It was good at staying alive. You also stole health. And I like the mechanic of automatically overpowering from Rathma's Vigor. And there was a Blood Surge talent that every 6th Blood Surge, you automatically overpowered. The Blood Surge build is up in your face and doing damage is what I loved about it, and made you interact with the gameplay more. Bone is you're just shooting from a distance. I'll quickly show you guys some bone gameplay footage, and I'll show you guys a quick overlay of my build, and we'll go from there.
I'm not ready yet.
Now, that was a tier 56 boss, so obviously they got a lot of health, and one of the map mods was, I think it was like 50% less physical damage. So I'm hitting for 200 and 300k a lot, so times that by 2. I'm hitting for 5 and 600k all the time. And just to give you guys, just to show you how easy bone can do that amount of damage, I'll give you guys a quick detour. Find some mobs here. $800k. Simple. 975. So as you can see, bone easily does 7, 8, 9, 1 million damage. No problem. Now I'm going to show you a quick clip on my Blood Surge build for hitting 700,000. Now, this 700,000 crit, it almost never happens. This was like one of those rare times I got a really big crit. Just to show you guys the difference between blood and bone. So as you can see in that video, that was a 700,000 Blood Surge hit. Now that hardly ever happened. A lot of times that hit for 400 and 500,000, but that was even with the Corpse Tendrils aspect that I also have on this amulet here. So that increases your damage hugely. When I do this on my Bone Necro, I'm hitting for anywhere from 1.5 to like 2.2 million. So What I got to say is Blood Surge definitely needs a buff. I think the Blood build in general needs something done to it, because why would you play Blood Lance when you can play Bone Spear or Bone Spirit? The Bone builds are just very good overall. I tried pushing the Blood build a good bit. It's just not there. Unless you want a challenge, it's totally up to you. But the minute I switched to Bone, what a big difference in damage. So I'm hoping to see some changes to Blood. Hopefully season 1, at least season 2, hopefully. It definitely needs it. It's definitely lacking. I don't understand why both of the Bone builds are top tier for Necro. Like, what happened to the summons? What happened to the Blood builds? So if you're playing Necro, I would highly recommend playing Bone. You're going to have an easier time. You're going to push content better. And it's also pretty fun doing those high numbers. I'm going to quickly go over my Bone build. Show you guys what I use. Now, I used Deathless Visage, and mainly I use this for the percent to total armor. Helps a lot. The physical damage helps a lot. The critical strike damage to Bone skills is huge. And maximum essence, it just helps. It's just overall S tier helmet for the Bone build. And for the armor, I'm actually still using my Blood armor. So you could switch this out to an armor that does physical damage and probably some health, and some damage reduction is what you'd kind of be looking for. And the gloves I got is pretty good. 15% attack speed, critical strike chance for the Bone Spear, and 26% critical strike damage with Bone skills. Now, I use the aspect, the Ossified Essence. Key passive also increases the critical strike damage of your Bone skills by 1% per essence above 50, up to 40%. So if you have 90 essence, or a little over 90 essence when you use a skill, you're getting the 40% damage bonus. And then I use Temerity. I mainly use this for when you're going, you're going into maybe a little bit of a challenge. You pop your potion and you get a barrier upwards to 64% of your base life. It can be very helpful. And then for the boots, you can use whatever. I went with movement speed and essence cost reduction. And for the weapon, I use the aspect. Bone Spear's primary attack makes enemies hit beyond the first vulnerable for 3 seconds. Bone Shards from Bone Spear deal 125% bonus damage to vulnerable enemies and pierce them. Now, the weapon I had before this had a perfect aspect. It had 5 seconds and 225% bonus damage to vulnerable. Ideally, that's what you want. I just switched my weapon just because the mods on this weapon are so good. Eventually, I will be replacing this as soon as I can. And for the amulet, I went with the Corpse Tendril aspect, which is huge. Gain 30% increased critical strike chance for 6 seconds when you cast Corpse Tendrils, and you deal 90% bonus critical strike damage. This is huge. That's why when I'm saying when I pop this and use my Bone Spear, I'm hitting usually for about 2 mil or more. And for the rings, I just use a resource generator. Whenever I use a potion and I heal back some health, I get some essence back. It can be very helpful in sticky situations. And I also use another essence generator for lucky hit. It's totally up to you what to use. I will be doing a full build view on my Bone Necro once I get some other things ironed out. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.